Hello everyone and welcome to yet another special episode of your very own show, Colors of India. Like every week, I'm here with all the cultural updates this week. But first, the highlights. We begin with Teena Jha, the annual folk festival of the Sangeet Natak Academy. After which, we get a candid interview with veteran TV actor Dilip Tahil. And finally, the joys of Holi. Massive progress in industry and technology take a sidestep when the richness of cultural art and tradition takes center stage. Sangeet Natak Academy's Teena Jha, which literally means off the country, is a window into just this fascinating world to see and imbibe and also learn from.
Music, dance, drama, that's often integrated with social life and customs across this diverse country, presented on a single stage. Teena Jha, a segment of Desh Parva, brought together folk musicians from around India, an exuberant reminder of a rich stream of the tribal and tradition that urban India doesn't feel, but is vibrant nonetheless.
It's a community art, so they all come and join. That's the way it happened, and that I think makes it more meaningful, the public participation, because the ultimate objective of those performers are also to create that sense of joy and togetherness and to connect, with the people.
Chhau is a cultural export of Odisha that touched the heights of its popularity in the 18th and 19th centuries. It has three forms: Saraikela, Purulia and Mayurbhanj. Mayurbhanj is recognizable by the fact that it doesn't use masks. Chhau transforms a tribal martial art tradition into a dance form with its warlike postures. In Kirat Arjun, drawn from the epic Mahabharata, Arjun pleases Lord Shiva through his tapasya or penance, and in turn is granted the Pashupatastra.
सिपाही जो होते हैं राजा के, वो ये युद्ध करने के बाद शाम को खुशी मनाने के लिए तो अपने ये डांस जो है ये परफॉर्म करते हैं, और इसको एक नाच डांस है, वार डांस बोलते हैं इसको, रोक मार, जिसमें मतलब रोकने के लिए फिर अटैक जो करता है उसको फिर रोकने के लिए, ये दो चीज़ें, ये मेन चीज़ हमारे मतलब मार्शल आर्ट का ये है.
हमारा गुरु उदय सिंह का किसने बंद किया है?
Extend the energy of India's folk dances to folk theatre. This aspect showcases simple stories of everyday life of the tribals, with reflections of a unique way of life and thinking. The art is replete with ornate music and dance as performed by the natives. This play, Hirni Bhirni Ki Katha, by a nomadic clan from Bihar, is a satire on persisting social evils.
This kind of art form which we are seeing today is a really rare art form. They really need opportunity and stage and support. And you can see the simplicity behind each presentation. It was so natural, it was so wonderful that it should be repeated again and again.
Perhaps the most popular performance of the evening was the Gond Tribal Dance by Bharat Folk Arts Academy from Andhra Pradesh. The vibrant colors of their costumes and the lilt to their dance had the audience swinging to the beat too.
The sheer wealth of rich cultural tradition all under one roof is awe-inspiring in itself. A memorable experience indeed. Next we get you some Hindustani classical music. On Guru Purnima, Delhi was enthralled by a special artist, a lesser-known legend who compares his style of music to the art of shaping gold. Here is Pandit Vasantrao Kadnekar of Goa weaving his spell.
स्वर साहित्य लय all work in perfect tandem to create an impact that's out of this world. 83-year-old Pandit Vasantrao Karnekar presented some rarely heard notes and compositions of the Kuvar Sham tradition, creating some exhilarating magic.
शास्त्रीय गाना हमारी परंपरा है, क्योंकि उसी में से ये लाइट म्यूजिक ये क्या क्या नवा नवा आ रहा है वो सब उसमें से निकला है। शास्त्रीय गाना कभी ख़त्म नहीं होने वाला, वो चलता ही रहेगा। ख़त्म होगा वो लाइट गाना, वो नवा नवा आएगा, कुछ दिनों के बाद और कुछ आएगा, वो फॉरेन का उसमें मिक्सिंग होके उस दूसरा ही कुछ गाना हो जाएगा। इसलिए शास्त्रीय गाना तो अमर है।
The rich but little known Kuvar Sham tradition are the works of a saint musician composer of the 15th century. The reclusive Pandit Karnekar has brought to life a dormant school a special combination of poetry and music that held audiences in captivated awe.
The classical music has always been for the selected few, but I would say in today's generation it has gone even beyond that. In absolute numbers it may not be visible that so many people are listening to classical music, but there is a renewed interest. If we go to the various internet sites and all, you realize there is a lot of returning back.
Dilip Kadekar of the Jaipur Gharana was on the harmonium. Jai Shankar of the Banaras Gharana thrilled with the tabla. Drud Bandish in Rag Maru Bihag moved towards the crescendo. Its tempo hypnotizing and riveting and thrilling at once.
मुझे उन्होंने अपना गायकी जो है स्टाइल वो मुझे खुद सिखाया कैसा बजाना चाहिए, और मैं उनके साथ बहुत साल प्रैक्टिस कर करके उनको अभी अच्छी तरह समझ पाया हूँ, क्योंकि उनकी गायकी बहुत कठिन है और समझने बजाने ने भी बहुत साथ संगत करके बहुत उसकी संगत अगर नहीं तो बजा नहीं सकता। तो उनके साथ रहकर प्रैक्टिस कर करके उन्होंने मुझे बहुत गाइडेंस दिया, बहुत रागों का दर्शन दिया, ऐसा राग है और ऐसा बजाना चाहिए। तो उनके साथ रहकर आज मैं उनके साथ बहुत 15-20 साल हो गया उनके साथ संगत कर रहा हूँ।
Compositions like the Kunj Bihari in Shuddh Varari Rag at the concert in the capital reflected a warm glory of classical Indian music. Pandit Karnekar's enchanting renditions of age-old Kuvar Sham and Jaipur Athroli traditions rekindling faded glories, proclaiming him a significant exponent of Hindustani classical music.
This rare concert brought together a rich repertoire of beautiful compositions and some enthralling renditions. With that, we head into a very short break. We'll be right back. After the break, we get to excerpts from an exclusive interview with the new Nehru of television, Dalip Tahil. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Rajya Sabha TV's mini-film, Samvidhan, 3 episodes of which have already been aired, has drawn a lot of media attention and also got tremendous response from people. We spoke in an exclusive interview to one of the leading characters of the film, Dalip Tahil, who shared with us his experience of working with Shyam Benegal in Samvidhan. Let's listen in.
चंद मिनटों में ये असेंबली पूरी तौर से आज़ाद खुद मुख्तार असेंबली हो जाएगी और नुमाइंदगी करेगी एक आज़ाद खुद मुख्तार मुल्क की.
We have today with us one of the leading characters from the film, Mr. Dilip Tahil, who has played a very crucial role in the film, that of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So we'll speak to him about how his experience has been of working in Samvidhan. Welcome to Rajya Sabha TV, sir. So in Samvidhan, you've played a very important role, one of the leading roles in that of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And this character you've done for the second time. So how much time did it take for you to prepare for the role?
Well, first of all, let me thank you very much for inviting me on Rajya Sabha television. And it's very good to hear that Samvidhan has had such a wonderful response, because we were all initially a little skeptical as to how the audience would react to something that is so-called a very dry subject. But of course, the way it's been written and the dramatization has worked. And I think it has really appealed to the audience because of that, that the writers, Shama Zaidi and Atul Tiwari, a lot of complete congratulations to them. It's their triumph along with Mr. Benegal's. एक बार पहले भी मैंने राकेश ओम प्रकाश मेहरा जी के साथ पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू का रोल निभाया है, एंड इट्स अ बिग चैलेंज. पहली बार जब मुझे बताया गया कि मैं थोड़ा सा उनके जैसे लगता हूँ और वो है, तो आई वाज क्वाइट सरप्राइज. मैंने आईने में जाके देखा, मैंने कहा लगता तो नहीं हूँ उनके जैसे, बट you have to work on it. The difficulty and the challenge is that when you have a personality as iconic and as legendary as India's first independent India's first Prime Minister, then it is a huge challenge, because people have seen him. Like I said, he's documented, his speeches are documented. He had one of the greatest speeches, Freedom at the midnight hour, the stroke of the midnight hour, long years ago, which is a memorable speech. So to get into the absolute understanding of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, I have to be honest with you, I can only imagine what he could have gone through. And I bring that to the table in the sense that I feel of how I would react if I were him, and how he would react if he was in certain situations. And that is really what I have to, that is what I bring to the part. And of course, I have to be able to speak in the kind of tone that he spoke, the kind of English that he spoke, the kind of Hindi that he spoke. That is all part and the essence of the person.
So what was your reaction when Mr. Benegal came to you with the script for the first time? Did you want to play Nehru again for the second time after Bhag Milkha Bhag?
Yes, of course. I'm fascinated by this iconic, this legendary statesman. And there's no question about that. But it was Samvidhan that was very daunting. I mean, I didn't have any faith at that time that Samvidhan, a subject like the debate on the Constitution, I said, you know, how can it work? You know, on which, by the way, I asked him, I said, which channel has the guts to do this? And he said it's going to be with Rajya Sabha television. So, huge kudos to you all, congratulations to you all, to all your team for commissioning a program of this nature, which I think is very important that it be seen today, if for nothing else, at least for the fact that, for me, what is relevant in, and actually what is very important for me about Samvidhan today is that people like Dr. Ambedkar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Azad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Govind Ballabh Pant, and so Munshi ji, and so many stalwarts, educationists who people don't know about, but now they will. So many different minds, different political beliefs, different ideologies, different people. For 2 years, 11 months and 18 days, they sat together to frame a constitution and make a roadmap for the benefit and for nation building and for the people of India. Their cause was common. They disagreed, they were vehement, and there were strong debates. But they always were polite. They always had a decorum. There was a certain civility. There was a certain tolerance for the other person's view. They didn't throw things at each other. I'm sorry to say it, but they didn't. There was no violence in terms of physical violence. They were statesmen And they put together a constitution because they had the country's interest, primarily the country's interest in mind, and that was their target. I think that is important for people to know today, because when I see sessions in the House, I'm sorry to say this, and I really am, because as an Indian, I feel let down that people who are representing, जो हमारे नुमाइंदे हैं, मतलब पार्लियामेंट के अंदर, इस किस्म का जो behavior है, it goes down very badly with the people of India.
How was your experience when you were kind of recreating those scenes from the Constituent Assembly?
Actually awe-inspiring, because first when I walked onto the set and it was my first shot, I was like wound up tight, because I had to start with, and everybody was, because it was my first day, first shot, so all eyes were on me. Obviously there was Shyam Babu sitting there, everyone was a little tight, and to say like, what is going to happen now? Because, and I came and I just switched off. I just went straight and I began to think of Pandit Nehru, and I began to speak and do the speech. And after I finished it, there was like, Shyam Babu walked up to me, which is the greatest thing, and said, Dalip, you've got it.
Chairman, the resolution that I am placing before you defines our aims and describes an outline of the plans and points to the way which we are going to tread.
For me, it was a learning experience and an exhilarating experience to come close. I mean, when I remember doing a scene with this wonderful actor called Utkarsh Mazumdar, who plays Sardar Patel, and we're walking down this leafy sort of garden area. I mean, at one point in time, I felt like I was part of history. That Nehruji, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru is walking down with Vallabhbhai Patel, and we're talking about the country, and we're talking about the situation in the country. I swear I felt like I was there. So I mean, there were certain moments in Samvidhan, like when at the stroke of the midnight hour speech that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, which is an iconic and a legendary speech today, long years ago. And, at that point in time, you can feel the history. And Shyam Babu set it up so well in the house, and the microphones were exactly right, and the walking up there. And when you know that this is the stroke of the midnight hour when India got its independence, I felt part of history. I mean, I felt so proud, and I felt like really elated that, I was playing this great man who was there at the time.
Right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us on Rajya Sabha TV. To see more of Mr. Dilip Tahil, do watch Samvidhan every Sunday on Rajya Sabha TV at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. A veteran actor who thoroughly enjoys doing challenging roles and therefore is equally loved by his fans. On that note, we head into another quick break. Don't go anywhere. On the other side, we get you all the fun and frolic at Holi. Stay with us. Welcome back. Holi is one festival that all of us eagerly wait for. A festival of colour, Holi is the time when families get together. This is the time to savor different kinds of sweets, namkeens, and of course, the gujiyas.
The colours of Gulal signalling Holi, and the fact that spring's in the air. And who can forget food, one of the key highlights of the festival. These bustling lanes of Purani Delhi are home to some of the interesting culinary traditions of the festival.
Hello and welcome to Food Trail with me, Shubhra Mukherjee. For me, festivals are a time for family and food. And this time, I have been invited by Madhu Agarwal, a resident of Delhi 6, for a sweet and savoury Holi feast. So come and join me. Hello, ma'am.
Traditional families like Madhu Agarwal's still celebrated in the old way by cooking a variety of dishes. As she invites me for a Holy Eve feast, I too participate in the process of preparation.
अच्छा तो सबको ही लगता है, यंगस्टर्स भी जब हम बनाते हैं तो बहुत इंजॉय करते हैं खाना. बट हाँ, यदि उनको बोला जाए कि खुद बनाओ तो मेरे ख्याल से उनको बनाना आता नहीं है, क्योंकि वो पहले पढ़ाई में फिर अपने कैरियर में उसमें इतना ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व रहते हैं कि उनको ये सब सीखने का या बनाने का कोई शौक ही नहीं है. उसके अलावा ये पिज़्ज़ा, बर्गर, ये जो जितने वेस्टर्न फूड्स आ गए तो सब वही खा लेते हैं अपना और हो जाता है. और वे कैलोरी कॉन्शियस बहुत हो गए सब आजकल, डाइटिंग कॉन्शियस, तो सब खाना भी नहीं चाहते, इसलिए खाना नहीं चाहते तो बनाना भी नहीं चाहते.
Gujia is the must-have delicacy of Holi, and Madhu is quite the master at making it. Kneading the dough to a fluffy texture, she flattens the small balls. Using a Gujia mold, she fills it with a filling of khoya and assorted nuts. These are fried on a low flame till golden brown. The Gujia is soaked in sugar syrup and then garnished with chopped almonds and pistachios. The Thandai is an equally popular drink, made of a mixture of almonds and melon seeds, pepper, cardamom and saffron all go into the mixture of sugar syrup and boiled thick. The syrup is added to cold milk. A generous sip confirms that it is a perfect mix.
प्रथाएं जो हैं ये जारी रहनी चाहिए, यह हमारी प्राचीन परंपरा का एक महत्वपूर्ण अंग है, ये हमारी महत्वपूर्ण विरासत है. पर आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि अफसोस इस बात का है कि आजकल की जो नई पीढ़ी आ रही है वो इन सब प्रथाओं को भूलती जा रही है और अब शॉर्टकट लेने लगे हैं. जो ये पकवान एक ट्रेडिशनली हर त्योहारों पे बनते थे, अब मेरे ख्याल से जो आजकल की युवा पीढ़ी है उन्हें तो ये बनाना भी नहीं आता और ये सब हलवाइयों तक ही सीमित रह गए हैं, सब शॉर्टकट हो रहे हैं.
Food for Holi is basically vegetarian, avoiding even onion and garlic. Cooking in these traditional brass pots is a dish of gobi or cauliflower and matar paneer. Topping it off are round, fluffy, crispy puris. Curd is a compulsory dish along with any meal. Madhu prepares her special dahi bhalla. As twilight descends on Delhi 6, the era of food is finally before me.
Sitting in the open over here, surrounded by iconic places like the Jama Masjid, the Red Fort and the very famous Gurdwara. And in front of me is the very festive Holi feast. Very refreshing, very nutty, and the flavor is just amazing. It has kesar and milk and sugar syrup, and all of them when intermingled, they create a very nice, soothing, very light little dish, light drink, which is very much had in the summer time. So this makes a perfect Holi drink. Now I've moved on to the main course. All of these dishes are cooked with less spice and on low oil, and I must say the love shows through them. People have tried dahi bhallas outside in the market, but you should try it in your house, make them at home and then eat them. It is just fabulous with the touch of home. My food trail couldn't get any better. Tasting this Gujia, this is so nice. This is full of good, nourishing things. This is so crispy and so sweet. It is just perfectly made. I can't stop myself from having more of this. So as I continue, it's over to you, Teena. And of course, happy Holi to everyone.
celebrating Holi with family and friends makes it all the more exciting. And it's nice to see how families like Madhu still celebrate the festival traditionally. Well, that's all we have for you on the show tonight. We'll see you same time next week with more exciting and colourful stories. Until then, goodbye and take care. Wish all of you a very happy and colourful Holi from the Rajya Sabha TV family.